All right, here we go. Hey guys, my name is Kagan Parker. Obviously, we're going to talk about using color personalities to close sales and recruits. I know that Tasha probably has no idea what color personalities are, so we're going to touch on that too. I'm going to give you guys an explanation of color personalities, and then we're going to go into how to use it in sales and recruiting conversations. So literally have 6 pages of typed notes with some jokes in there. So we're gonna have a good time. So, if you know your personality color, raise your hand. Yeah? Yeah? Okay, good. So let me just start at the beginning. And it's, have you ever talked to a prospect and they desperately needed our product or desperately needed our opportunity, but at the end of the presentation, they told you no? What happened? What went wrong, right? Where are we losing our money there? The problem is that they don't understand you. 2 things happened. You were speaking a foreign language to them, and 2, you weren't talking to them, but at them. So let me give you an example of this. Let me mute everybody. Hey guys. Mute. Okay, I think you're all muted. All right. So here's your example. You have a great product or service. You have an awesome upline support team. The company's service mission is all about saving all of the insert cute thing here that you care about: animals, babies, children, adults, veterans, injured people, disabled, whatever, right? Your company offers a terrific training program, which we're fixing to launch, by the way. It's so awesome. The compensation plan is badass. We know that ours is the best in the industry. Trust me, you can take my professional advice on that because it is professional. Trips and car bonuses and bonuses and bonuses, right? You're saying all of these things sound great, but all of that ish doesn't matter. Like, for real. And here's why. Take your distributor kit and your presentation to a small town in Portugal. You don't speak Portuguese and they don't understand English. And now tell them about your supportive leaders, your company mission, money, money, bonus, bonus, cars, cars. 74-page research report from Princeton University, science behind all the products and ingredients. Take all that stuff, go have that presentation. And guess what's going to happen at the end of it? Everything that you think is important isn't. It doesn't matter to them because you're not speaking Portuguese. So your attitude's on point, your motivation, product research, service, all of that stuff that we know and that we use to build a business or close sales doesn't help if it feels like a foreign language. And that's what's happening with these color personalities. You have to learn the language of your prospects, customer or business partner. And when you do, your message goes straight to their head, but most importantly to their hearts, right? We know that women are emotional beings. We know that humans are emotional beings. That's why we have Louboutins and not Skechers. That's why we have designer things and not everything's Granimals from Walmart, right? Or whatever. We're emotional. We get emotionally attached to things. So I have good news and bad news with this, right? The good news is that the language is easy to learn, and even better, it's going to allow you to build authentic relationships that will allow you to build empires. The bad news is the real skill here is knowing which of the 4 languages your prospect will have, and I'm going to give you some strategies on how to figure that out. Okay, so I'm going to start talking about this. If you don't know your color personality, I'm sure you'll be able to identify yourself real fast, okay? Because these are very broad, are very specific, right? We're not giving like the half greens, half yellows here, right? We're giving very targeted information. So let's start with my favorite, which is the yellow personalities. And you're going to very quickly realize why yellow is my favorite, even though I'm not a yellow. Yellows are easy to spot because they're helpers. The yellow personality will do more for other people than they will do for themselves. They are literally professional helpers because it makes them feel good to help. So one word to associate with the yellow is help. And here we go. This is how I picture yellow personalities, okay? It's the 30-year-old mom with the trendy but maybe vintage hippie dress, long, curly, flowing hair that brings the best homemade cookies to the bake sale and charges less than every other mom but gives double the amount of cookies, right? Does that make sense? Charges less, you get more. because she wants to make sure her customers get the most bang for their buck, right? She's about helping people save money. She smells like cookies, obviously, but then you remember that she always smells like that. She's probably humming Stand By Me or Thank You for Being a Friend, right? That's how you're going to picture a yellow personality. In the book, he describes a yellow personality as like the hippie grandma singing Kumbaya. I put her in a bake sale because I think we can all kind of relate to that type of person, right? All right. So yes, that's an exaggerated explanation, but now you have a visual to help you remember yellows. Lots of yellows are massage therapists, kindergarten teachers, nurses, social workers, volunteers, charity, are involved in charities. They're caregivers because they are the most satisfied when they do what? Help people. Everybody loves a yellow personality and everybody trusts a yellow personality, which makes a yellow personality a great asset to any team. It makes them incredible leaders. It makes them incredible salespeople. We want all the yellows, right? Now, because the yellow is all about helping people, they don't give any F's about our compensation plan, the trips for top income earners, or that stupid Princeton review, right? They are interested in how our product or our service can help the people that they know that need help. So they want to know how our product helps stop the suffering and pain of people in pain, how our product saves money so that everyone can buy it, how it's good for the earth or good for the environment, how her young mother friend can make extra money to help pay for diapers and baby food, right? When you're talking to a yellow about an opportunity or product, they're already thinking of 3 or 5 friends that they can share this information with because it's going to help them, right? That's who they are naturally. They're just happy helping people. Yellow personalities make incredible leaders. Like I said, people are naturally attracted to them because of their integrity, their honesty, and their willingness to help. Once they're on board, their spirit overcomes rejection and they become self-motivated. So yellows are a little hard to onboard, right? We know this from experience. If you're yellow, raise your hand. Yeah, Tasha, you're very yellow. I could have told you that. Yeah, they're a little hard to onboard sometimes because they are trying to go to step 3 when you're just trying to teach them the basics of step 1, right? They want to start helping other people and they don't know how yet, right? They skipped 1, 2, 3, maybe they're on 5. So they're a little hard to onboard, but once they get it, nobody can tell them no, right? Once they really truly wrap their heads around it, those yellows are someone's going to tell them no, they're going to, okay, cool, somebody else needs my help, and that's where they move on to. These people are hard to incentivize too, right? Because my reds, I can throw money at or throw a competition at, and they're going to be like, hell yeah, I'm here for that. My yellows are going to be like, well, that's great, but what? Like, I don't need $50. I know Mary needs that more than me, so I'm going to let her win, right? Yellows don't care about that kind of stuff, so they're kind of hard to motivate too. Which is why when I do my one-on-ones with you guys, I make you pick your own prizes, right? So anyways, yes, yellows are fun. Now, when you're talking to a yellow, yellows find it almost impossible to say no to any request. They will find it easier to say yes than to explain to you why they want to say no. Does that make sense? They will tell you yes, just so that way they don't have to tell you no, out of just habit, right? So here's the biggest deal. You can't be pushy with a yellow because they want to be helpful and serving, but they don't want to be bossed around. The only word that you have to remember is help with yellows. And now, guess what? You're fluent in the language of yellows. So when you're talking to a yellow customer or a yellow team member, right? And I'll tell you how to identify them pretty fast within a few sentence exchanges, right? But when you're fluent with them, you make it about how your biz opportunity helps young mothers stay at home with their babies, how your company has a charity that raises funds for the needy. We do. We work with Operation Underground Railroad. The company does. Plus, we have the Vitamin Angels. So our company has really awesome charities, anti-sex trafficking with the Underground Railroad and Vitamin Angels for the children in third world countries that don't get daily nutrients that they need. They are more interested in how how working at home gives more time for the family to build stronger relationships. how the weight loss system helps people who are struggling as pre-diabetics with high blood pressure and no self-esteem, how the products help moms by giving them the energy and motivation to play with the babies and then clean it up without missing a beat, right? When you make it about service with the yellow, you're going to get a yes versus results or money or a blueprint, right? Like we know greens need blueprints. When you make it about an act of service for a yellow, they're going to tell you yes. A couple of more examples. How the skincare helps teenagers with acne and self-image, right? How collagen helps people with their joint discomfort and their self-image, okay? So the key word here, again, is what? Help. Help the people. So how to spot a yellow, right? I told you that I'd help you identify them. Here's some key words when you're having conversations, right? When you're asking them about their goals, they will talk about themselves a little bit, but they'll make it more about their family or their children or, you know, wanting to lose weight because their partner wants to lose weight, right? Like they'll include themselves, but mostly it's going to be about other people. So keywords: help, contribute, assist, feel, F-E-E-L, feel, nurture, comfort, care, and share. Aren't those so simple, right? So simple. And that's exactly how I picture a yellow, right? We're picturing that perfect mom at the bake sale, like that has the best cookies, and she's the most, maybe not necessarily the most friendly, but she's definitely the most helpful, right? She stays late to help clean up. She smells like cookies. She's wonderful. She made the most money at the bake sale because like hers are the best, right? That's the mom. That's the yellow mom. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to do this with each color, right? There's 4 colors. I want you to think of 5 yellows that you know, right? You just listened to me describe yellows. You could probably think of at least 2 or 3 off the top of your head. So 5 yellows. And I want you to observe those people's Facebook news feed. What are they saying? What are they sharing? What are they posting, right? I want you to kind of get a pattern for what your yellows look like, right? Your ideal avatar, customer avatar, or team member avatar, right? What are your yellows in your age range or your demographic or your space in life? What are they sharing? So that way when you're talking to somebody or somebody approaches you, even if it's from a buy sell trade or something, you can take a peek at their page and you can identify who they are based off of your 5 of any of these categories, right? You don't have to be a yellow to speak yellow. It's just like translating your natural tongue into a yellow language. As long as you can remember help when you're talking to a yellow, you're speaking their language. All right, was that helpful with yellows? Yeah, good. All right, let's talk blues. These are my probably 3rd favorite. I love me some blues though. It's very, very specific. Let me tell you why. Blues, the key word here with them is party. They've never met a stranger. Everyone is their friend, their conversation starters, social butterflies. These people are the easiest to recognize because they're always talking, right? The downside is that they're never listening. And that's not because they're rude. It's because you're going too slow. With the blue, you have to be going 200 miles an hour just like they are naturally. Blues are also big picture people. They don't worry about the tiny details. So remember how I said your compensation plan and your trips and your incentives and your bonuses and all this stuff? Blues don't care about it. Blues want to know where the party's at and what time they need to show up with the beer. Okay? Here's how I picture a blue personality. We're back at the bake sale. It's the mom that forgot to bring the cookies, right? I don't know if she didn't buy them, she didn't bake them, whatever. She showed up with no cookies, but she's bouncing around from table to table to table, talking to every single person or customer that comes up, and she's selling other people's cookies. Her outfit is uber trendy, maybe even a little risque without meaning to be, right? She's just naturally attractive because of this big personality. So on a yellow, her outfit wouldn't be risque, but on her, it's kind of like, you know? She smells like a touch of tequila mixed with apples. The smile never leaves her face, and her eyes are always wide open. This is a blue mom, okay? Words, I'm going to give you some more words to identify a blue in their own conversation, right? Because it's not a conversation between you and them, it's a conversation between them. Fun, excellent, awesome, interesting, travel, new, and exciting, right? So here's how to invite a blue. I'm going to give you a little blurb, okay? Obviously, this is not even how I would necessarily invite a blue. Or invite someone. This is based off of a strict blue personality, right? If I know, like, where's Holly? Holly's not on here, but Holly's blue. So if I were to invite Holly, this is how I would invite Holly to look at the opportunity, okay? I have this opportunity for you to have so much fun while meeting new people and traveling all over the world. We literally have a blast every time we're together. We laugh so hard our cheeks hurt and talk all night long. So you will love the team. And we know how to have a good time while we make money. That's it. That's simple. A blue, one, is already bored that you talked that long. And two, is already like, yes, you said new people, money, and traveling. I'm here. Okay? All right. Are we ready for reds? I will tell you guys that red is my second favorite because it's obviously my natural. Like, it's who I am, right? But let me tell you about reds. So some descriptives, some adjectives for reds. Reds want to be in charge. They want to be the boss. They are great organizers. They are bottom line people who want results fast. They take no excuses and no prisoners, right? So let's see. Here's how I picture a red, right? We're still at the bake sale. She's the organizer. Her cookies are like suspiciously perfect to the point where they may have been store-bought and put into another container, but you'll never know that. She's eyeing every customer that comes in and is constantly asking you how much you've sold, so she knows where she stands with her sales, right? Oh, and there's not a hair on her head out of place. She's got Gucci shoes, smells like Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. So we're trendy, smelling like the most popular selling perfume for the last century almost, right? I think it's like 80 years, something like that. To the nines, looks perfect, cookies are perfect. If she doesn't win the most amount in the bake sale, right, if she doesn't sell the most, she's not going to be the happiest, okay? Even though we know that the yellow cookies were better and they were half price, so she's probably going to win. The red wants to win. Reds love competitions, but even more than competitions, they love winning. When you talk to a red personality, they often think that they're yellow. But here's how you can tell the difference. They use words like money, power, wealth, compete, losers, whiners, results, control, boss, leader, and image, because they are concerned with how their image is perceived. The book lists the ultimate red, right? Somebody who has no other color in them, is literally only one color. The ultimate red would be Donald Trump. Now, obviously, he's not my favorite red, but, right? If you can just think about Donald Trump or that mom, the mom that nobody really likes at the bake sale, that's your red. So here's how we talk to reds. It's all about the money and very little about the details. Facts and only facts. So we use things like, I can help you make X number of dollars in X number of months, right? Because they want to know, okay, this is great. Your compensation plan's awesome. I'm not watching that 45-minute long video, but how fast can I make $1,000? They want to know that that is 10 customers, 3 team members in 30 days, right? And when you teach, so if I were to tell somebody, if I were talking to a red, I would say that's 10 customers, 3 team members per month, and then you teach those 3 to do the same, and they teach their 3 to do the same, then you never have to worry about money again. It's called residual income because you get paid while you sleep. A red's going to go, done, sign me up. Reds are great leaders. And when you talk to them too, you could say something like becoming a leader and growing your business and bank account at the same time, including things like you could be on top of the leaderboards. Did I mention that they're doing double bonuses till the end of the year, right? When you're talking to a red, that's the type of things we talk about. They don't want to necessarily sit down and watch your videos. They want to know how it's working, facts, 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 testimonial, maybe a couple of testimonies, and where they sign up, okay? Now, let's talk about a green personality. Greens are, there's one word for a green, and that's information, right? Or even sexier, right? Greens, like literally eyelashes start to flutter when you use the word data. Like, yeah, heart stop, they just love it. So you know you're talking to a green personality when you finished your 10 one-minute long voice clips and 5 paragraph novel messages, and the prospect says, thank you very much for your preliminary information. I will now go onto the internet and research at least 44 different websites, set up an Excel spreadsheet and database, and make them relational, interactive, and I'll get back to you in 3.7 weeks. That's your greens. Yeah, Alexis was like, that's hot. I'm here for it. Greens are comfortable around books and computers and uncomfortable around humans. There are antisocials. Tasha, they're Kennies, right? That's Kenny. So why do they need so much information? 1, because they have to know they're making the right decision. And 2, because they want to answer every question your downline or potential customer might have. These people are sponges, and it's annoying AF. But when you show them how to find the information, they do it themselves, and it's literally a one and done type thing. I show you one time how to find a fact sheet or one time how to plug into the system, and I never have to show that person ever again. Greens make incredible leaders because they are problem solvers. Greens are not fast starters though, but they are loyal and they will stick through the long haul, right? They're like yellows. When they get their mindset on something, there's no way you can convince them otherwise, and they will keep going until they find people like them. Like I said, greens make great leaders, mostly because they always have the answers, the explanation, and the correct question before it even comes, but also because they're loyal. They know they are with the best because they did the research, so they're happy as pie. If yellows are huggers, greens are anti-huggers, right? And I would say emo, but all the emo kids I know like to hug, so we're just gonna say anti-huggers. So you want to ask about the green at the bake sale. I know you do. You don't know what she looks like, right? I made a list. There's 4 things. 1, she's already bought enough cash to buy her own cookies to make sure she meets the bare minimum requirement, right? Because bake sale's fundraiser. But it's just in case, right? Like she's pretty sure her cookies will sell, but if not, she's going to at least hit the bare minimum. She has a dairy and a dairy-free version. She is awkward and doesn't talk, but has the best display with the bold and clearest print. So she doesn't have to initiate the conversation, and she can just point at the answer to the question you're going to ask. Her outfit is cute, perfectly matched, modest, and mature. Her hair is in braids or neatly pinned. Her shoes are the same ones you've seen her in all the other functions because they're comfortable, and she smells like fresh laundry, right? There's your greens. Green personalities are natural skeptics. They need proof, and they want to be 19,587% sure before they say yes. These people take time, but they are worth it always, okay? So when you're talking to a green personality, it's video and video and video and third-party research and testimony and testimony and testimony, to the point to where you've tagged them so many times that when you push the @ symbol, their name automatically pops up. Facebook is like, okay, we get it, right? These are your greens. So expect delays in decision and actions from green personalities, but once they're sure, that loyalty and focus pays off. How to invite a green, okay? Here's how I would invite a green. So if I was talking to Alexis, trying to bring her into the business, I would say, hey, can you take a look at this? Because I need your opinion, right? They want to feel valued and respected. I need your opinion. I know it's not a lot of research, but if you think it sounds good after this, I'll send you more so we can discuss further. Now I've just like made her salivate because I've said we'll talk more if you like this, right? I've given her a little treat and reeled her in. It's pretty black and white. Greens love black and white. But I value your opinion and I want to know what you think. That's how I would invite a green. Okay? So, I told you what to do with your yellows. Go find 5 yellows. What are they sharing? What are they posting? What are they talking about? What do their stories look like, right? Go find 5 blues, 5 reds, and 5 greens and do the same. Now, when you're closing them, so if, for example, we don't know what April is. I know what April is. You guys might not know what April is. But if April were to message you and say, you guys can unmute to answer this question. But if, hey, tell me about your weight loss stuff. I am really wanting to lose about 15 pounds and I just really struggle getting it off. But I know that I need to get it off for my family and my husband will hold me accountable. What color is she?
Yellow.
She's yellow. Very yellow, too. Because the fact that she brought it in the first message to you, she brought in husband. Yeah. So that's how you talk to a yellow. Now, if I was prospecting her, she would say, I really want to make some money for my family, right? I want to be able to stay at home and spend more quality time with my kids. I really need to make some money for my family so I can do this, or I can help with this, or even just so I can have some extra money so I can say yes when we go to the grocery store, right? So how I would talk to her is I would talk to her about getting to be a yes mom, right? Buying my kid a $500 bouncy for his birthday with my second Modere check. I would talk to her about those experiences that I've gotten to have. Now, if you don't have those experiences, that's when you throw somebody in. You say, hey, Kagan, I got this chat with April. She's yellow. I'm going to get to help you with that. Or your upline will get to help you with that, right? Or even bringing somebody in, right? Like, I'm not super green. Actually, that's a lie. When I take my test, all of my numbers are the same, except for my red is 1 point higher. So I'm either really good at being a chameleon or I'm super fake. I haven't decided which one yet. You can choose. I'm just kidding. I think that being a natural empath and growing up the way that I did kind of made me have to be everything. But green, I don't relate to greens nearly as well as I do blue, reds, and yellows, and that's because I don't have to see the research to take action because if somebody I value tells me that it's there, then it's there for me. Right? That's where my yellow comes in. So I have a hard time talking to green sometimes, but Alexis could talk to a green all day, right? She knows exactly what to say. So if you throw her into a chat, you just say, hey, I've got this person who's watched every single video, who I've been talking to for 5.5 months, who has sent me like 3 articles from Google where she found that X, Y, and Z about Modere, blah, blah, blah. Can you help me talk to her? She's going to say, yeah, for sure. Right? So for a green, if they've sent you another article from outside of Facebook about the company, that boom, they're green, right? They send you some bad review or some anti-MLM thing or something like that, they're green. Okay, but it has to be an article, right? They have to have research and documentation, not just something coming out of their mouth. It literally has to be like third-party resource, right? Another way to identify a green very fast is if they ask you percentage questions. Okay, so if they ask you, what percentage of commissions am I going to make? Sorry. If they ask you, how many people do I have to talk to make 36% commissions, right? If they get super specific about it, that's your green. If they want to know the ins and outs of the compensation plan, that's a green. If they're talking to if you're trying to sell a green on a product, they want to see the Harvard study reviews, the 7 patents, they want to see the 45-minute long BioCell video, right? That nobody wants to fucking watch. But they want to see it. It's so boring. I promise you don't want to watch it. It's literally like science after word you can't say after word you can't say after word you can't say. They want to watch it. So with greens, it's more important that you know how to find the resources and point them to the resources than you even try to explain it to them, okay? Because they want to see it in black and white, not just take your word for it. Now, If you don't know how to find resources, that's when you go into the chat and you ask, hey, where can I find that 45-minute long BioCell video Katie was talking about? Or where can I find a product fact sheet? Or where can I find ingredients or whatever you need for that green? Okay, blues. Are you ready for blues? Blues don't necessarily need anything from you other than for you to listen. Okay, so if a blue is saying that they don't have any friends, there you go. That's going to be how you identify a blue fastest, is when you're talking to them about the opportunity and they say they want friends. I want friends. I want to travel. I want a social life. I want to get to talk to people. There's your blue. Boom, done. And all you have to talk about is how you get to do all of that. Right? Maybe you haven't got to travel for the company yet, but you've seen pictures of all of us traveling, right? You've sat on Zooms with all of us for the last 10 weeks. You know that we have a good time and we laugh every time, right? So that's how you relate to a blue. What's the last color? Red. Okay, reds. It's fact, fact, fact. So when you're talking to a red, it's going to be short questions, and a lot of them, right? It's going to be things like, how much weight can I lose in 3 months? How fast will I see results? It's going to be things like, how fast can I make $1,000, right? I said that earlier. How many people do you personally work with? Do I have to work with that many people to make the kind of money you make, right? They're going to ask more targeted questions and probably less of them because they, one, just want to know that they can do it, and two, are gauging you to see if they're better than you. That's a red. It's not bad to be a red, by the way, guys. Reds make the best leaders out of all 4, right? Every organization needs all 4 color personalities. Every leader, if you're a green leader, you need the other 3 to balance you out. Same thing, red leader, other 3, yellow leader, other 3, blue leader, other 3. Because you, especially if you're heavy in one category, you get tunnel vision towards one category. Yellows are the worst about it too because they are such nurturers that they will sit and stew with people. And reds are actioners. They're like, I can't sit here with you and do this. Like, you've got 3 seconds, we got to get over it and get on, right? Greens want to know why they feel that way, right? And blues don't care because you're running their party. So every leadership team needs a good variety of all of it. And when you're talking to somebody about cells, the faster you can identify who they are, right? The faster that you can close that cell. Now, I've seen color personalities described as other things. There's this new thing going around called bank codes, which I took my bank code, and it's super interesting, right? It's a little bit more analytical, so my greens and my reds would like that better than yellows and blues, because it's a lot more dived in and it's a little bit more specific, but it's basically the same, right? That the action takers, the blueprinters, the nurturers, and knowledge, and the knowledge seekers. That's big, B-A-N-K. Blueprint, action, nurtures, knowledge. So it's basically the same, right? So when you're talking to somebody, if they need more information, we know that they're greens or they're reds. We can slide it into that fast. And then based off of the types of questions they ask, we can break it up into green or red, right? If it's more analytical, it's green. If it's more fast-paced, it's red. So when you're talking to somebody and you're not sure, this is really going to be really helpful for you guys in follow-up, right? Because maybe if you've addressed somebody one way or you followed that script that's super generic, when you follow up with them, what you're going to be able to do is make it a little bit more to them. Plus, I don't know if I've told you guys this in a little while, but I need to remind you that you need to be re-ATMing, right? So if you've messaged somebody twice and they've ghosted you and you have not tagged them in a testimonial recently, then you haven't given them the 6 to 8 touches that they need before they're going to say yes to buy, okay? Now, another strategy that I listened to today, I've watched like 6 training videos as well. Listen, it's been a crazy day. But I'm trying to get everything ready for this newbie bot, so I've been watching all these training videos, picking up the stuff that I like to post it in there. Another thing that I saw today was from Katie Thompson, and she talked about, she sends voice clips, right? So she makes a curiosity post, somebody comments asking for information, or she does a buy sell trade, somebody comments asking for information. She sends them a voice clip. And here's what it says. Hey there, I hope you're having an awesome day. I saw you ask for information on these supplements I'm using, and I'm super happy to share with you. I went ahead and added you into our SCR community, and I tagged you in the details there. That way you can do your own research. Obviously, guys, I think this is way too much verbiage, okay? But whatever. If this is something that you want to use to reach your goals, I have a $10 coupon I can send you. So while we wait for you to get approved into that group, tell me what your goals are. She says then she ATMs them in the trim, the LBS video, and she ATMs them in one testimony that she thinks will fit for them based off of the stalking that she's done on their profile. Right? So somebody from a buy sell trade friend requests you or sends you a message. You need to go look at their profile pictures. Right? What demographic are they? How old do they look? How overweight do they look based on their pictures? Who can I, what, before and after, can I tag them in? Right? We're not stereotyping, but we're kind of stereotyping. Can I tag them in that is going to resonate with them? So 2 things, trim video, LBS video, and a testimony is what she tags them in. She said that of that, she sends that message, she says 75% of people don't respond. Well, obviously, I can understand it's probably a minute-long voice message. If I've never had interaction with you, I'm not opening your voice clip. It might have some type of virus in it. So, I mean, okay. So make that sound like you, right? And try to keep it under 30 seconds, okay? So if you said something like, hey, thanks for your comment. I can't wait to share this information with you. I'm going to add you into a private community where you can do some research and I can tag you with some sciencey stuff because Lord knows I don't talk sciencey. But while we're waiting for you to get approved, I have a $10 off coupon that I can tell you if you're interested in these supplements after you watch those videos. But tell me what your goals are. Right? That sounded way more like Kagan, and it was way shorter. Then she says 75 people don't respond. Okay, but she sends a follow-up message. So this all happens in the span of, what, 10 minutes? I got you added into the Facebook group. You should see at the notification bar that I tagged you in a couple of different posts. I'm going to send you a link with a $10 off coupon. So if you decide to order, your discount is automatically applied. Yay! If you need help with recommendations or product information, let me know. That's the voice clip she sends. I think that one is perfect. Then she drops her link, and there's a reason to do this, okay? And I know we have been trained forever and ever and ever, don't give your link until they ask for it. And guys, you know me, I'm OCD, and I like to take their credit card information. I don't want them placing their own order because I don't want to have to follow up with them. Hey, Jordan, hey, Jordan, hey, Jordan, yet? How about now? I don't want to do that. So I take their credit card information. But if you've got somebody who hasn't answered your first 2 messages, dropping your link is a good idea because if they click it, Modere eats cookies, and then they see it in their Facebook ads, their Google ads, they see Modere over and over and over again. And it's going to lead back to you, okay? So Modere does that 6 to 8 touches for you. So you've sent 2 messages, they're not responding, drop that link because they'll click on it, guaranteed. Okay, that was pretty fast. I did it in 45 minutes. Do you guys have any questions? Anything specific you want to talk about? Let me read the chat. I know, I can't believe it's only Tuesday, Whitney. Yeah, Stephanie, please post it in the chat. But guys, don't use her exact script, okay? It's too robot-y. Make it sound like you. That second message is fine. You can use that second message. But that first message, like, make that sound like you. You can't until they've accepted. So that makes another good point, Terry. So instead of saying, while we wait for you to be accepted, you could drop the link to the group and say, once you accept. Okay? Yeah, and I mean, once I heard her say that, that video is actually like 1.5 years old too, by the way, because she was D1 and she's Elite 2 now. But when I heard her say that, I was like, that's genius. I've known forever that if you click the Modere link, that's all that shows up on your newsfeed. Like, you guys have known that too, right? The second you clicked it the first time, it's like, everywhere. So I've known forever that they deposit cookies like that, but I never thought to do that because I've always been told don't send your link until they ask for it. And I've even coached people not to do that. But I think it works to a certain extent because when I think about the people that send their links, even when people don't ask for it, those are my platinum and aboves, right? And then the rest of us are over here struggling, trying to wait for people to ask for it. So if we just pop it in there faster or on our follow-ups when we're not getting responses, we throw that in there, they have to open your message, right? Otherwise, they have that stupid little icon that says 1 or however many unreads they have. And most people that irks than people it doesn't irk. So they're going to open your message just to clear that notification, and they're going to see that link and they're going to click on it. And 2, it not only deposits cookies Modere related, it also deposits your referral code. So even if they don't click your link again, when they go to order a created account, it's automatically linked to you because they opened it with your referral code once. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So we need to maybe drop that link a little bit faster than we normally do. Not the first message, not the second, but the third and beyond, I'm cool. I'm here for it. Okay? Because we want to build, ultimately we want to build relationships, right? Like that's what we're about. We are Team Help All the People, even if you're not yellow. That's just who we are. That's why we have all the extra resources that the other teams don't have, right? Other teams don't have meal plans. Their accountability groups don't look like ours. Right? They don't teach customer chats and have team trainings, and no other team has a bot like we're fixing to have for newbies. So yeah, we're Team Help All the People, and that's something that you get to boast. Yay! Good job, Whitney. All right, I'm gonna stop recording.